over the weekend, I popped on a little Happy Gilmore too, and I loved it. And people said that you guys did not like it. You were trashing. I thought it was sad.
Let me tell you something about the guy on the bottom left. If there is a public opinion about something, he'll take the other side no matter what.
The movie was incredible. Do you not remember the first one and how absurd Happy Gilmore 1 was?
The second half, when they do take to the next level, that was preposterous.
It was the dumbest movie of all time in a good way. That's all I'm trying to say.
Jensen getting cooked in the comment section.
Is he getting cooked?
Yeah,
I think it's a good mix.
Okay, we can start there.
I think it's a mix.
I'm getting some support.
Petey, what did you say?
There's people coming at me now, which is just, I think they're just
Well,
clowning.
let's start. Yeah, let's start there. First off, why are they coming at you? And why did Jensen get cooked?
Jensen got cooked because he thought he could get there 195 yards with the 7-iron.
Oh, yes. Okay.
With the 8-iron. And then because I was on it was uphill. Because I was on his team and wanted to win, and I was like, Jensen, that's not the club to use, which I was not the only one. Jed also said it. Like, there were multiple people who told him, somehow I, as per always, am the only one who gets shade at from these fucking clowns in the comments who say, how is Colcutt's giving advice? His game's the worst. Now people are saying that JBone could beat me straight up, which, with all due respect, Jensen, I'm not a great golfer, but I do think I would wax that ass. And on top of that, I just feel like it's just like if you watch the next shot, I said, I think he's going to make a great shot. He hit a great shot. I congratulated him. I was very supportive when he played well, but it was just like, I don't know. I don't even know where to go from here because I'm always going to be labeled as not a team guy, and I do think I am a team guy.
One of the best comments on there was like you were like so over like criticizing Jet and Jensen at one point about like which clubs they should take, and then you took a driver off the deck.
It worked.
It didn't work, but it was.
And we ended up birdieing that hole.
I think D-Man could be, if things are going good, or if you're tied, or if things are going good, he could be the best teammate on the face of the earth. If things are going bad, and at that point they were really going bad. I remember you guys blowing a pretty big lead. I think we were down 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, we were
at
2
one point,
and we lost, and we
lost like 3 of the next 4.
Yeah, if it starts to go bad, then you got to look out. But I will say, if you're tied or if you're up, he's the greatest team. There's a major, a Boston Sports mini major coming out where we really, me and you, we wanted to win bad because we were playing, or at least I was playing just so bad that trip that we wanted to get a dub, and we grinded all the way through it. It was like we were exhausted by the end of 9. Not going to say how that turns out, but if you're in the grind with D-Man, it can be really good, but if it starts to go south, it gets ugly.
Oh, well, it's out today if you want to talk about it. I can just put a little spoiler warning. We can skip.
It's out today?
It's out right
it comes
now,
out later today.
Okay. So that was fun because that was just a grind. Like the whole, at one point we have a little bit of a lead, and holding those big dogs off, it's hard to do because they're coming. Now, granted, we're playing a 2-man scramble. Everybody's playing their own ball, but, it is what it is.
To take a little heat off the D-Man and bring it back to Jensen.
Sure.
A lot of people agreed with Jet's take, which I think he maybe said either off camera or in the video. Well, he's definitely said it before, that this guy might go to the range and take 30 shots with his 7-iron, and one goes 200, and that's his stock 7-iron now.
Sure.
The way JBone, do you think a couple things? One, do you think you could beat Cutsy in a 1v1? That's one. And 2, let's start there.
Well, in honesty, no, Cutsy would smoke me.
Okay.
The only way I would have a chance is he would have to be having a horrible day, and I would have to be having one of the best days of my life.
The horrible day part is possible. We've seen it.
Yes, but I also can blow up pretty hard. So, I mean,
sure.
I think there'd be a lot of pressure on you as well because of the filming, and I think that it would add to making it more difficult to play a full match on camera as opposed to like a shot here or there. But listen, I will say this, that Jensen, I don't think he's terrible. I think he's got elements of his game, like that flop shot. Like he's got a nicer swing than I do, than probably most of us for sure.
He's a great swing.
I would like to do a behind the scenes on one of the next trips where we went to like a simulator or TrackMan, and we had JBone hit like stock yardages, like 5 to 6 clubs each. You could bring the freaking Mavericks for all I care. And then we could really get down to the bottom of it of like how far he's hitting each club.
Well, but his club, he hits it really far. He hits it a whole lot farther than like I do. Like we were on the simulator and he was taking my pitch and hitting it like he hits it really far. I don't think there's any denying that. And I think people would actually be impressed on the yardages that JBone hits it. He might hit it with his irons as far as all of us, if not, maybe not D-man, but close to it. Like he hits it far.
But he swings, and we're just saying he's a foot away from us. He swings so hard with every single iron that you're bound to like 5 out of 10. Or when we were at Branson and we did that 19th hole, right?
Oh my
it's like
God.
it's like a 90-yard little flip wedge, and he swung so hard. I've never seen anybody swing that hard with a 56 degree. You're not supposed to do that. He swung like a baseball. So he like finishes like he's playing baseball. It went so far over the green. It was I'm starting to think all of his irons are just skulls.
Hey, JBone. Yep. You're golden, baby.
Smoked it. It's carrying over, dude.
Oh, he blasted.
Do you know how like on the top of the ledge where like people would be driving, like you go all the way up and people are driving? He hit it so far and high that I thought it was gonna hit somebody on the cart, like it was going in that direction.
Oh, that was the other way.
Well,
but it was stalled. And JBone, you can respond, JBone. You're welcome to respond.
Well, with the 19th hole, that was 120. It wasn't 90, but it was with my irons. I think I've talked about this on the other pod I was on, but the way that I swing, if I don't swing like 100%, if I take like an 80% swing, or the only club I can do this with is a driver, but if I take like an 80% swing or a 70% swing, it starts going so far right. And I know I have the hooks on camera, but normally when I play by myself, I don't really have the hooks. It's like a straight or a slice. But when I take those irons out, the only way I can get them to go straight is to swing 100%. If I swing like 80, I lose all my distance and my straightness immediately. So that's why I swing so hard.
I've never seen anyone swing so hard with a wedge in my life.
What about me?
No, that I just rewatched it's horrifying, and that's when I realized
it's on my Instagram.
I think you need to dial like, and I'm not saying change your swing or anything, because I do think you're a good player for the most part, but I think you need to just swing a little easier or learn how to. If it goes a little right when you swing easy, just try to dial that in, because you start sculling the ball so far.
There is game in there. I think you took all of us as an instructor, I think they would look at JBone and say he's probably got the most potential.
I said it on that podcast, I think right after this, that I think he, outside of Perez, has the highest ceiling of all of us with the swing that he has. He's got a good-looking swing.
I know.
Now, if you were to play Cutsy today and you had a great day, I think you'd get to the green like often quite at the same time that Cutsy would. I think a big overlook of your game, and I think you've admitted to this, is your putting is. I think you'd lose a lot of strokes. I think Cutsy would cook you on the green.
Really?
There's been I haven't played in a while because we've been so busy, but the last time I played golf, I was on a par 5. I got to the green in 2 and I bogeyed it. So like
he had a pitching wedge into the green.
I have so many rounds like that where like I'm missing putts. I'm like 3-putting by like inches all day, and it just adds up and it just kills the scorecard.
A lot of people in that comment section are asking for the match. I don't know if there's a world where we do a 9-hole thing and I give them strokes, but there was like hundreds of people who were liking
of like
Cutsy was JBone versus me, and I was,
dude. You guys want to see this?
Wait, Cutsy was going at you?
Look at this is Cutsy replying to everybody saying he can smoke me in the mouth.
There were a lot of clowns in that comment section, man.
Cutsy went and defended his family
in
those comments, dude.
I don't understand. understand why I always get taken straight.
Oh my God.
Those aren't all me, Bob. Those aren't all me.
We just saw it, Joe. We're
They're
looking at it.
They're like 70% me. But I will say, I don't understand why I always catch strays. I don't get it.
Okay, so let me ask you this, though, Joe. Do you think that maybe when people see you in the comments defending it and when you're telling people, like, get bent and all that, that it heightens them up to keep coming at you more, whether that's justified or not? But don't you think that maybe that's what keeps them going when they see that?
Yeah, but I have an honor to defend, and I'm going to do that, you know?
Sure.
Yeah,
But
he has a son now. He has a son now.
See, he could play the father of one excuse now,
Sure.
too. He could be like, guys, I'm a father of one.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
also,
not Mikey V here.
Whoa. JBone got JBone got a lot of support in those comments too. People were coming to his back, not even at me. I said the most offhand when we were riding in the cart and Cutsy was roasting him. Offhand, I was like, this guy thinks he's the best golfer of all time. And I was getting roasted too. I think JBone's got a little army out there.
A little fan base.
No, there's just a lot of haters on the
By the
Cutsy
way-
side. That's the actual.
Speaking of Mikey V, we were going to record the Brilliantly Dumb show, and he had just posted on his story of like, the Mondays, and it was like Tony Soprano like waking up on a Monday, and he texts us. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm off today. Like, if you want to record today." We're like, "What do you mean the Mondays? Like, you're off today, dude."
Yeah, that was as fraudulent as the 8-iron going 196.
He must work at a country club or a barber shop.
Our barber shops close on Monday.
It used to be a thing. I don't know if it is anymore.
By the way, I would like to put to rest JBone sitting in the cart. His theory is that I don't want to be grouped in that we hit the same club, the same distance. I will say this right on and off the record. I don't care how far I hit it. I want to hit the ball more straight, and I want to hit fairways and greens so that I become a better player. I've gone are the days where I just want to pound it into a
Oh, but D man, you like hitting a boom.
No. Well, by the way,
do
Pop, you
like
always
hitting a
hoax me into
boomer.
trying to hit.
No.
You'll be like, "Are you gonna? What do you say? You like to get? What is the phrase you give me, Pop? Where like,
I know
you
exactly.
say,
what you're saying,
Oh,
Say,
the
like,
gusto.
all right, are you gonna give it the gusto? I'm like, no, I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit an iron. He's like, but Cutsy, aren't you gonna give it the gusto? Like he always wants me to pick up the big boomer, and then all shit goes awry.
There's a moment in this mini major episode where, you and Bob were ham and egging it and playing well, but there was a moment during the editing process where like you're getting out, you're like, I think it's, I forget what the number was. You're like, I'm gonna take a 6-iron, Bob. If you want to maybe saw off
All
like
the time.
a 7 wood,
All the
maybe
time.
even a 5
All the
wood,
time.
and
No,
then
it's
you
a
had
9 wood.
you had
All
a
the
little
time.
smirk on your face.
I'm
all
not
the time.
throwing shade at him. That was the right club for him.
No,
to
but
take.
you like. My only point is you like that you're the big boom.
Correct.
There.
And to make a point to the camera that of the club he had, like, I don't care, but when he'll make a point to the camera to let the camera know, hey, I have this club, he's got that club.
I would rather hit the ball less far and hit greens and hit it straight.
Well, I
I'm gonna
agree
say
with
that
that.
right now.
I agree with
I
that too. I think Jensen's the one struggling with that a little bit more than
Yeah.
you.
Yes, and I
My-
JBone wants to be the big hitter. He wants to be,
Yeah.
he wants to be the Kyle Schwarber of Bob to Sports.
Great
Dude,
play.
when you
He whenever he gets on a video, he wants the clip of all clips. He
Yeah.
wants a 350-yard drive. He wants a chip within 2 feet. He wants he wants a bomb.
The moment.
putt. He wants the moment. And you know what? Who doesn't? I get that.
Cutsy, who are you? Who is that?
Essa Tikkanen.
Is that a hockey player?
Yeah, old
Oh
school
my
guy, played
God.
for the New York Rangers.
Watch them be
Dude,
fantastic.
did you see my post yesterday of those dumbass shirts that I
It's
got?
actually
Yeah,
a
what's
fire
going
shirt. I
on,
kind of
dude?
like that.
But the quality's
Yeah.
so
Where
bad.
did you buy that?
Are they Gildan?
I just bought a treadmill off a TikTok shop.
What?
Where are you
Like-
gonna
By the
put
way,
it?
Bob.
Well, it's not like a legit treadmill. It's like a walker.
Is it one of those? Yeah, okay, I like that. Where you just walk. I like that a lot.
Watch the Yankee game and just walk.
You
Sure.
got
I
to
don't
put
hate
that
that.
in the stream room, and one stream
You
just,
just gotta
walk
walk.
Oh,
the whole
dude,
stream.
that's a great idea.
By the way,
Yeah.
Bob, if that sauna, cold plunge or whatever, if that's still on the table, I will take you up on that because I got a storage unit now.
Yeah,
Nicole and I will use it. I don't.
Oh,
Was it the sauna?
I'm linked up. I'm
You're gonna
linked
put
up
this-
there.
You're gonna
So
put
also,
the sauna in the
On
storage
that
unit?
post, I
Yeah.
had a great comment, and I did not get a like by author. I think I have the top comment. And Bobo,
what was the comment?
I kept waiting. I kept checking.
What was the comment?
I said if the QR code, if you scan the QR code on the shirt, it takes you to Cameo. Because he left the QR code on the fucking shirt.
That's actually pretty good.
I saw that comment and I made a mental note and I said I got to get back to that. Like that's good. And then I never got back to it.
Does Sugar Sean know his name and likeness is being used on the Jersey Shore or an LBI?
He streams and goes on everybody's podcast. I would kill to have Sugar Sean.
I thought you said he was going to come on.
Yeah, it was through
John White,
John Shahidi, and oh, come on, D. I mean, I'm trying, dog.
What happened with that?
Well, Dana's supposed to come on the Brownlee Dumb show. And he said hit up his assistant. So I've been talking to her. I can't get a date. You know,
he wrote a cash. He wrote a check he couldn't cash.
I know. I have promised more people on the Brownlee Dumb show and not delivered than it.
But hey, but at least you're bringing opportunities,
bro.
It's more than I have.
I got to close though, man. Just one of them. You know, I said Schefter.
But I got to tell you, I mean, Bob, these guys that you're describing go on every podcast in the world. They won't go on anywhere. Like,
I know.
You open TikTok and you'll see one of those guys on a podcast.
I know. Bro, I would kill to sit down with like Sugar Sean or Dustin Poirier. Like, I want to talk to a UFC. Because if we could have the conversation, and I know, Bob, the sports is not UFC, but if you guys could hear the conversation I had with Gaethje going home about stepping into an octagon and what that is like, if you can get that on a podcast, it is riveting.
All right, fellas, Joey Colcutt's here, letting you know that I have found the best way to earn Bitcoin, and that is by playing golf. Believe it or not, today we have partnered with Gemini to showcase the Bitcoin Credit Card, a credit card which gives you instant Bitcoin rewards with every single purchase that you make. It's simple. You buy food, you order an Uber, you get gas, you get Bitcoin back instantly, and they are hooking it up for the golfers. This summer, Gemini is going to be giving 10% back in Bitcoin on all golf course purchases up to $250 a month until September the 30th. Plus, you're gonna get 4% back on transportation, 3% back on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% back on literally everything else. If you're like me and you're spending a ton on green fees, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and food deliveries, this card is for you. On top of that, this is an easy way for you to get exposure into the Bitcoin world without ever even having to buy it. There's no annual fee. You're gonna see rates and fees in description for more info. To sign up for the Bitcoin credit card, all you need to do is head on over to Gemini.com/BDS and get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. Click the link or go to Gemini.com/BDS to begin your Bitcoin credit card.
Well, we could get Gaethje, I think. No,
I know. I know.
And also Jacoby. No,
Dustin Jacoby's going to be fighting at the Garden. You're right, D. In November, I confirmed that. We got to get there.
You know what I was shocked by? And then people started coming at you guys to me is that over the weekend I popped on a little Happy Gilmore 2, and I watched it. And I loved it. Oh. And then I sent a tweet out that said that I loved it. And people started saying, now I'm an avid listener of the Brilliant Dumb Show, obviously, but I hadn't listened at the time. And people said that you guys did not like it and you were trashing it.
Oh, is that why you asked me?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it and Jensen, if you guys saw it. I love Adam Sandler. Like a lot of those guys we know that made cameos with the golfers. I thought it was terrible.
Oh my God. It was perfect.
This guy, let me tell you something about the guy on the bottom left. If there is a public opinion about something that most people feel strongly about, he'll take the other side no matter what. He needs the inside track, the hot take on
something. You know what he'd be like? He'd be like the one person betting the don't pass line on a craps table.
Yes.
It's the honest,
just an absolute smudging.
The movie was incredible. It wasn't like a cinematic masterpiece.
You thought Maxi part, like the evil guy, you thought that was incredible?
Not per se, but it was exactly what you want. It was some dumb humor, goofy ass shit. It was. Do you not remember the first one and how absurd Happy Gilmore 1 was? They had a guy's fucking arm, his hand got bitten by a by an alligator. It wasn't.
So I haven't seen it yet, but is it a little bit like the Entourage movie where it was just a lot of cameos? It was just built completely on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too much.
But it was also
where it's almost too
nostalgic.
much.
They were. It was like they were like paying respect to the first one for half.
There
They would,
was
like, play some of these
fan
old clips,
service.
That was cool.
Yeah, but I didn't expect like, and I know everybody's saying like, just because you didn't expect, a perfect masterpiece, you can still criticize the movie. You can, but it wasn't different than any of his other goofy ass movies. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I thought it was funny.
There was two halves of the movie.
Two what?
Yeah, I agree with that. Joe,
there was two halves of the movie.
I agree.
The first half I actually thought was quite decent. I thought it was quite good. The second half, when they do the whole Live Golf League and they take it to the next level, that was preposterous. You got Reggie Bush in there just clowning. It was
totally,
awful.
but that's what it was. Just some goofy shit. That's it was still funny. Like that was what they were trying to do, and you were still watching. You're like, oh my god, that's Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore. It was perfect. It was the dumbest movie of all time in a good way. That's all I'm trying to say.
I thought that the two cameos, we won't give too much out for Pop, but the two cameos Joe mentioned on the Brilliant Dumb Show, that Bad Bunny actually I thought was really good. He was funny. Yeah. And then our dear friend of the program, Willie Z, I thought was awesome. Yeah, I thought he was really good.
Scotty Scheffler was great too. And you know who else was hilarious for 2 seconds? I don't even know if you picked it up, was Xander Schauffele in that scene.
Oh yeah, classic him.
Just
so
like funny. I know.
Yeah.
It's so funny thinking about it. They were like, "Who are we going to pick to make this state to do this?" And then they were probably all like, "Xander." That was so
people
funny.
need to do more of a deep dive into Xander. He's got a lot to give, and there's a guy behind there that I think people need to see a little bit too. He's just such a sarcastic dickhead, and he would be the first to tell you. And we love him, for that exact reason. Just for the folks that, just for you guys to know, FP is traveling back from Scotland, the world traveler. It is absolutely insane. The place, I think he goes back to Montauk now, but he has been all over the board, so he couldn't come. He's traveling back from Scotland today, so no FP here today. We can touch briefly on the Breezy. No D-Man at the Breezy. New Jersey, hot as a motherfucker, man. I thought it was so much fun considering how hot it is, but like, it doesn't matter who shows up at that tournament, what you're doing. If it's 98 degrees and it said it felt like 108, it's hard to have a great time.
God.
And with that, I think we still had a blast, but thoughts on the Breezy?
I thought it was as good as it could be with the heat, like you said. I will say I thought it was cool, and Tiki, you were there too, because it was like near your hometown and all your friends showed up. I thought it was pretty cool to see that, and your whole family's there. I unfortunately only met your uncle for 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
And I was trying to get a deeper dive on him because you had said he was a wild man, man.
Speaking of your uncle, the funniest thing in the world happened where because he looks a lot like your dad, right? So this one fan came up and was like, "Sir, I just want to say you're one of my favorite parts of Brilliantly Dumb content," and he got such a kick out of it. He went over to your dad and told that story in front of your dad to as many people as would listen. He was just like, so I'm standing there, right? And this guy thinks I'm Mike, right? And he tells me how much he loves what I do, right? Your dad, after the 5th time he tells the story, it's just like, yeah, Kenny, we heard it. We heard the story, Kenny.
Yeah,
those guys are quite an act together.
You know what else I love about our tournament is that the winning score is always so bad. Like whenever you see, and I shouldn't say so bad, but whenever you see like charity events or like these videos online or anything, the winners are always like 18, 19, 20, 21. We're always at like 13 or 14, like at our tournaments, the winning crew. It's incredible.
We used to have with the Breezy Opens, where if you win, you got a free foursome to the next Breezy. Right. But there was a crew that I remember specifically that they were clearly rigging it and getting the belts. And the reason that I know that they were rigging it was Grant, Mason, and then who were the 2 other guys that showed up? Daltouche, and then one other who's like a stick, though.
Wasn't it Grant, Cole? Wasn't it both?
And Cole.
Yeah.
So, yes, Grant, Cole, Mason, and Daltouche. And Grant came to me after the tournament in Chicago. He's like, we played the best round of our lives. Like, that was the best we could have possibly shot. So I remember thinking to myself, if anybody came near them, there's a problem. And this group tried to say that they came originally. I think they said they tied, and then they said they were one back. And I saw the group swings. Whether that's the case or not.
They were good, but they were not like Grant Horvath.
That level.
One of the guys called me out and said that I accused him of cheating and that I was defaming his whole persona, and like I was talking shit. And he was like, I am the hater that you need to play in a series. And I was like, dude, where did I talk shit about you? So he sent me a clip that he went back and found from like an old clip of us in your apartment, D. And I didn't say anything. And he goes, oh, I guess I was wrong on that. I was like, yeah, dude, I didn't talk shit. Those were the Massachusetts guys.
Yeah, they were nice. I mean, look,
they're nice guys. I think one of the guys actually lives in my complex.
Oh. I thought you just said they're the Massachusetts guys.
Yeah, they are. But one of the guys, I was walking and I saw him the other day, and I was like, hey, how's it going and stuff. And then I started talking. He's like, you don't know who I am, do you? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, I played in like multiple tournaments with you. And I was like, a Breezy's? He's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I meet a lot of people. And then he's like, I was with the Massachusetts guys. And I was like, oh, okay. He was a nice guy, but no clue.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, they were good players. But when I saw Grant that day, and for them to say they had their best ever day, but then we stopped doing the free foursome. So yeah, so you gonna go hold baby Luca? You gonna hold
I should. I really should. But
He's
I don't.
Not going to.
Well, I haven't exactly. Hold on a second.
He doesn't like kids.
Hang on a second.
Exactly where I wanted to go with this.
Hang on a second. That might be true, but I haven't. Have you given me a direct invite to come and hold baby Luca?
Of course,
I got a FaceTime.
And by the way, I just called you the other day and I said, can we go grab lunch or can I see you? Because you're here, but you might as well be on planet Jupiter because no one knows where you are. Your ass up somewhere, just going off at the Wyndham Golf Tournament, which has started going on right now. And it's like, and I said, can we go grab a soup or something? Can I see you?
Grab a soup? Yeah, we should.
Yes, the invitation is always over. And by the way, I would like some Jewish influence on my boy. It would be good to have, Jewish Uncle Yamin to come on over. And
yeah, no, you're right. My thing is like with holding the infants until they're like a few months old. It skis me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. They're like aliens as far as
skis me out. Tough word.
You know what I mean. I
was nervous holding them. It's a very nerve-wracking thing.
I will say he's a handsome baby. Like he's a good-looking kid. So I can try.
Mason came by the other day with Cass, and he's such a big guy, and he held him. He looked like a peanut in his hands, and he just looks over at Cass. He goes, "I want one." Oh, that's man! But Bob, you did great. The baby actually was calm. Bob didn't, now he held them for like 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know how, if you have to actually go through when they start getting like ornery and like crying and going crazy, it's wild, man. Like you have to have a lot of patience. But yeah, no, dude, Bob did very well. I was impressed too that like you were so like beside yourself, like you had never seen a baby before. Like Bob was really like.
It's a cool thing. It really is.
Does the baby?
It's wild. It really is.
Is it a chill baby, or he's screaming and crying all the time?
With me, he was very chill. He was kicking it.
When he eats, after he eats, he goes almost into like a milk coma, and he's very quiet and good, and like. But then when he gets hungry, and I can't offer him what he needs, he will just start thrashing his legs, and his hands will start going all over the place. And he's very strong for like he just turned 7 pounds. We weighed him the other day, 7 pounds. He is strong for a little guy. Like you have to hold him down when he starts thrashing. It's wild, but he's a good kid. He's a good baby. I mean, I don't know what to base it off of. I have never had another child to be like, oh, what's the standard for being a good kid?
Do you think you'll have another baby? Too early to say.
Not right now, dude. It's a lot, but yeah, maybe. I mean, Nicole said that she would be down. I think right now we need some time just to. It's like the first time you buy a car, you don't just go and buy another car right away, Like
Sure.
you ease into having that, unless you're Leland.
Could you
Then buy
imagine
multiple cars?
Could you imagine people who have like twins or triplets?
I don't know.
No, that's
dude.
wild. When you're preparing for like one kid, and
Yeah.
maybe that's like, you know,
Yeah.
even financially what you can afford, and then next thing you know, you find out you're having triplets, yet alone twins. Like
Oh my
that has
God.
got to be wild. Pop, did you? I literally told Narode. Jet told me at New Jersey. He's like, I think I'm gonna go to New York for a couple days after, and like go hang out with my friends. And Jet came up or something. I said to Narode, I said, I guarantee you, I'm going to get a text from him within the next couple days when he gets to New York about how much he hates New York and how bad he wants to get out. And I think we were at breakfast or something. It was so funny. He sends the text. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like I hate it there. And I just turned the phone to Narode and showed her, and she just started cracking up. Like it was clockwork.
It's true. I love seeing my friends in New York, but when I go back now and I'm like looking around that city and like knowing how much I live outside of a busy city now, and like I lived there and it was great, and then we lived in LA and it was great. When I go back now, it's like, like I love seeing my friends, but when you go outside and you're like seeing New York City, it just doesn't do it for me anymore.
You know who
But
loves
the thing
New York?
about New York is it's still got that sour, dude. New York still has that sour.
That stoop sour, dude. Right on that stoop.
That's way uptown, dude. You got to go way uptown.
You
to
know
get
who
that.
loves themselves some New York is Weston McKinney down there.
Oh yeah, I love New York. I've been there.
Yes.
I've been there once.
I was
but-
going to tell you, JBone,
He
to
wants
stay
to live
for a few
there.
days. He
I
loves
do.
New York. I was going to tell you to stay there. For
I
a few
would
days.
prefer where Pop is, like just seeing the area that Pop is. I like the Philly part. I used to love New York City, but I like where Pop is more than New York City right now.
Yeah, Philly's great because it's a small city, but it's a city, and it's perfect. I can walk everywhere. I don't have a car. I'm gonna get a car though. I'm realizing I do need a car, but not to get around the city. It's perfect. The only thing with Philly is it's filthy.
Is it
filthy.
is it
more than
garbage?
New York?
So is New York.
No, but this is a different level. Per capita, the trash per capita is unreal.
Well, they're on strike, Pop.
Well, they went off strike, but it was filthy before that, but it hasn't helped anything. So they were on strike. Bob, I think it might have been the podcast you missed. They were the garbage guys were on strike because they didn't feel like they were getting.
Riot.
Yeah, but it was so humid that week that they took off that all the trash was still on the side of the street, and it baked out there. It baked, and I had sushi, crumbs. It was terrible.
Pop is the funniest guy in the world now because he became like a dad of 4 without having any kids. And like he goes outside to take out his garbage and he's like surveying the neighbors, like seeing what's going on. He's calling up like the local services, And JBone, on the flip side, JBone caught one look of the freaking M&M store in Times Square and he's like, oh man, I this is the greatest place ever. He did. I'm telling you, we went to New York. We walked through Times Square and he was a kid in a candy shop,
Dude, I mean, I just think it's sick. I mean, I grew up in in Florida, Orlando. I never really traveled anywhere, and I grew up in like some super suburban area. So going somewhere where you can literally just like walk everywhere and everything's open late and everything's super close was like, I mean, that's sick.
It is.
I tell you what,
cool. It's
if
very
J-Bone
cool.
spends a year in New York, he'll come back in that 8-iron 196.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, you know what's funny was Rob Brandt brought me that cheesesteak, and you said that you were watching me give it to your friend because you knew that I was going to offer it to your friend, not knowing that he's kosher, and I was so excited to have him try it.
I was watching a car crash, Pop. I saw it. I saw him going over, and I was just hoping my friend was just gonna be like, fuck it, and just eat it. And he was like, no, I'm not eating that. And then Bob's like, you're gonna turn down a cheesesteak? Like, what the fuck? It was very funny. Yeah.
Well, you're in the
It was very good. What?
Traveled incredibly well. I let my dad try it, and to see him try it, he
What did
was
he
like,
say?
oh my God, he's not like a huge cheesesteak guy. He's like, it's the bread. It's the bread. It's
Semolina, right?
Oh my God, dude!
I never had one. That was my first one. I thought it was fantastic.
Crazy.
It's a lot though. That thing could put you out for like a week.
Angelo
Oh,
follows
dude.
Bob Just Sports, by the way.
I know.
They're
I talked to them.
Is
Yeah.
that
Really?
true?
Oh yeah, I've got
they
good
follow
dialogue
us,
with them.
Pop.
Bob, you got to toss in a word.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
I
yeah, you're
live
right.
5 minutes away.
Pop,
Yeah, the
I
owner
would-
follows and like supports the boys.
It's going to be a Dr. Dower situation. We're like, oh yeah, the big ticket. He lives 5 minutes away.
Hey, Pop, if he's not ticket, Pop, if he's not liking your top comment, he ain't mentioned you.
Oh.
I know.
You know how much joy I got out of telling Dr. Dower that he was there because you knew that.
Oh yeah, you got the same. I saw the smirk on your face. It was the same one when Joe tells you to take a 7-1 when he's taking a 6-iron.
That's not true, Pop.
You got the same amount of enjoyment.
So Dr. Dower, Ticket was here. He goes, yeah, my kids are a big fan of the show. Ticket? Yeah, Neil Arnett, he got a transplant a couple months ago. Yeah, no idea.
No, it wasn't a couple of months ago. It was like 2 years. But yeah, he should remember one of his most successful procedures today.
I would go back, man. I would love another procedure. I just don't know if I have the donor hair left.
I want a Bob and Tick trip to Turkey with the behind the scenes.
We get the dude from Barstool. The three of us go over there.
They offered us to go on Bald Stool.
They did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who offered?
Bob turned it down.
Wonton Don.
You turned it down?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we should do the content for ourselves. Like we should do it for ourselves, you know, the content.
I mean, credit to them. They like have that's like their thing. Like I don't know if it'll play like as well, but yeah, I really thought of that, but it's a big commitment and
you make it sound like you're going to a remote area of the world that is like a third
far
away.
I do agree that Turkey can be
Turkey's
a
pretty
dangerous place, but it's to me the juice is worth the squeeze.
Have you heard the story that one guy told me? One guy said that he got a transplant. Don't get me wrong, he looked terrific. Or Joe, I think your buddy got one that looks amazing, but he was in Turkey. And the doctor did not speak English, and he was having like a seizure after they put in like the numbing thing or whatever, and he couldn't communicate what was going on. And that to me was like, I'm out. Now, granted, I know that's probably a very rare time, but still, I was out. Dr. Dower would know if I'm hurting.
Yeah, he would.
You know?
One last thing I want to say about the Breezy, if I could bring it back there for a second, is I just remembered I hadn't seen some of these OG guys in a long time. I had never even met Philly bred Miles, but to see Frankie DeLuca again and and Gracia, that was a blast.
You never
to see
met
some of these
Miles?
Not in person. We talk in DM all the time.
Yeah.
He's gotten me tickets to Flyers games.
Yeah, I remember that.
I've never met him in person.
Yeah, Frankie DeLuca was there. Miles was there. Who was the first one you said? The other one you said?
Ingracia.
Yes,
some of these guys I hadn't seen in a while.
I think of the OGs. I think Miles. I think Lars Lewis. I think of
Frankie
DeLuca. Owen Diltz.
Yeah.
Huckaba's another one.
Yeah.
Who's an absolute
FP
legend.
shared a room with Huckaba at the first meetup. They shared a room. But Pop's right. I mean, those OGs, and when we say OGs, the guys that were with us, like when we were doing the happy hours, the Patreon happy hours, like there's some hardcore OGs. And then for me, having the high school friends, I haven't seen these guys. You know, a lot of the guys that were there, a lot of my high school friends were guys that I didn't necessarily hang out with a lot, but we went to high school together, we played sports together. So to see everybody together, and then they had they had 12 people. So they had 3 different tee times, and they were all backed up, one after the other. On the last hole, they all joined up together. So it was 12 of them on one hole, and seeing that was incredible. Like, I don't know if that group will ever be together ever again. It was insane.
So they were the ones who fucked up the pace of play, huh?
Correct. They did it on 18.
Why? No, the thing flew, and immediately after the round, it started pouring.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But when I was on your hole, you guys did a group shot. Like all you guys, and I was like, that's pretty fucking sick.
That's a frame job. Because my dad's in that.
Yeah.
Your one buddy Mike is a wild character.
He will have one, and I know he's gonna hear this, but
he'll
have one cocktail. Yeah, and he can't put a sentence together. He is
that your friend Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's the man. I like him. Yeah, he's the man.
And he was talking to my parents and my friend Tyler. He goes, Mom and Dad just got caught in the vortex. And we look over. He's like trying to get words out. He just gets so hammered. He can't put words together.
He was great.
And then I said, how'd it go? I said to my dad, it's like, how'd it go with talking to Mike? He goes, don't know. Didn't understand a word.
Oh, that's good, man.
All right, let's go into a little Q&A if you have it there, Jensen or Pop.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Jensen, you got any?
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, perfect.
Jensen always hits us with the bang jobs, by the way.
All right, starting off with that, the first one comes from Alex Musicus. What is the happiest moment of Jet's life?
Whoa!
Wow, I like this.
I
Just
swear to God.
search
Let me-
very hard.
Let me
along
think. I don't want to
Don't,
say
it
like
better not be a bet. Devin
Hitting a
Williams
5-leg
closing out.
parlay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it better not be a bet.
it might. I
That
have
St.
to
Peter's,
think.
I've never seen him so happy.
Well, there's
That's
different
true.
things. There's like happiness like that, and then there's like real. I have to
We
think.
want we want the real shit.
I'm trying to think.
Jet was really happy when we played the Black Desert, that Twilight. He seemed to have like fun.
Because he was leaving the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
But do they?
But
I
like
don't know if
those
they mean
late Twilight
happy.
rounds, Jet always has a good time.
Bro.
Like he's
I would say, yeah, I'm at my happiest when we're playing golf together, Twilight round for sure. Like when we used to go to Moore Park late,
Yeah.
and the vibes were great. Like I don't know if people are expecting me to say like when some like sentimental thing, but that's like when I'm happiest.
Is there a moment like in high school, like when you played sports? Did you have like a big sports moment or something that was?
Not really, no.
No,
No.
because you're an athletic guy. You're a good basketball.
I've done a lot of shit with my friends. Like I've had some really, in when I lived in New York, like it's not like a specific moment, just like the vibes. When I lived with my friend, like my best friends when I was growing, like the guys I grew up with, we lived together in New York for like 3, 4, 5 years, and we just had a fucking blast. So I could say like that time frame for sure. We did a lot of fun stuff.
He's been betting the Yankees every single day, and he messages me when like that Devin Williams is about to blow a save, and he'll like take it out on me. He'll be like, "These guys fucking suck," and I'm there, I'm watching.
I know that Bob like cares about like if I'm betting on the Yankees or betting on whoever, I feel like I care about that team more than any of their diehard fans besides the Yankees when it comes to Bob. So I text because I'm like, I need somebody to relate to in that moment.
And I'm always watching. When you message me, I'm always sweating it out.
I can't win with the Yankees. I bet on them, and they are the worst team in baseball.
Terrible.
I bet against them, and they win against all odds. It's unbelievable.
It's like watching I hate to say it, but like they have no. There's no like crispiness or fun to like. It's all batshit crazy going on over there. It's so strange. And
the thing is, too, I know people don't really necessarily want to hear me talk about the Yankees, but they're at the trade deadline right now, and they have too much pride to be sellers, when in reality, they really should, because they don't have what it takes to win the World Series. So rather than swallow the pride, be sellers, they're going to try and buy, and maybe they'll make the playoffs. I don't think they'll go very far. But, yeah, that's
the Blue Jays got somebody really good today, and they've been playing really well. So
yeah, Phillies would love an outfielder, Bob, if you got one.
Phillies just got the Twins closer, that Duran, who's nasty.
Oh, Blue Jays got Shane Bieber is who they got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
Duran should be. We have a lot of issues in the bullpen. Like same thing with Bob. I don't think anyone wants to talk about the Phillies, but there's so many issues in the bullpen that one guy is not going to be the difference. But I guess come playoffs, one of your starters, you'll go down to a 4-man rotation. One of your starters will go to the bullpen. But yeah, they need a bat in the worst way. They've been the same offensive team for the last 3 years, where they score 12 one game, then 5 games they can't score more than 1, then 12 again. They're going nowhere either.
I want them
we
to
should
beat
be
the
sellers.
Mets so bad. Just beat the Mets.
Well, the Mets just got what's his name? The Mets just got a big signing too.
Dude, they're the new Yankees, because Zach Cohen will just spend money on Meanwhile, Hal Steinbrenner was fighting during this meeting they had. He was fighting for there to be a salary cap. It's like, dude, you're taking away our best tool, is that we have unlimited money to spend. He wants a salary cap.
There's some owners in certain leagues that just will derail your team. Like the Canucks have these Aquilinis. They're more concerned about making money by building high-rise condos than about the actual state of the team.
Sure.
And you can go on the record of me saying that, because you know what? Lord knows I would kill someone not really, but I would kill to have the Canucks win a Stanley Cup, and I don't think it's ever going to happen, sadly.
That's why you want a guy who's like a super fan, like a Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Or it's going like you want a guy who is like a super fan.
Well, look at the Florida Panthers. That's what you want, guys who just want to win.
Yeah.
Who owns the Panthers?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh,
I
well
know.
then,
But
yeah.
like that Michael Rubin, like I could see him owning a team, and he's like a super fan. Like he would be a very
Yeah.
good owner.
He owned
would
a
just
team.
wanna
He had to get rid of it because he
He
has
owned part of the
he
Sixers.
has a conflict of
Oh
interest now.
yes,
He had
a
to- he
very
had to
small
give it
piece,
up.
but he
But he
owned it.
gave it up.
If
yeah.
Jerry Ferreira owned the Knicks, they would win a championship again.
yeah.
But what Jerry Ferrer would find out quickly, and the reason a lot of these things end up happening the way they do is because at the end of the day, they're businesses that need to make money. And if you can make more money, not winning the World Series and spending less, but your bottom line is better, a lot of these teams, unfortunately, take that route and don't share the same passion that the fans do because the goal is different.
All right, let's do another cue.
We should buy like a
We should
triple
buy
A
the
team.
Savannah Bananas.
Yeah,
Well,
we
they're
should get 2%.
expensive
That would
now.
be the spokesperson.
They're expensive now.
Portnoy
dude.
talked about wanting to buy a WNBA
I saw
team.
that. Yeah,
And
that
with how
would be
good
cool.
the WNBA is doing now, if he bought a team, it would bring a lot of eyes
It would.
to the WNBA.
All right, another one.
Yeah.
All right, this one comes from Benton Roberts. Staying on the topic of baseball, Bob, who in the crew would be the easiest and the hardest to strike out?
Yo, by the way, real quick, Rob Brandt came to the Breezy and showed us a YouTube clip of you, I guess in slow motion, or no, Teddy showed us actually, of you throwing a pitch slow motion to Teddy.
Yeah.
It was you had a nice little motion there.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your pitching motion was nice.
I had good mechanics.
Yeah, your mechanics were great.
Yeah. I maybe JBone, because JBone would just swing for the fences, so I would throw a couple. Like I could see JBone just going for like a home run, so I'd like throw a change up away, like something just in the dirt that I think he's gonna overswing on, respectfully, JBone. And then the probably the hardest to strike out, probably Stubby, because I don't see Stubby swinging outside the zone. I would see him being like very like he only wants pitches like inside, like middle or like inside. And like I don't see him going much out of the strike zone. You would want a guy that kind of overswings outside of the strike zone.
Steve's actually very athletic too. I feel like he's good at most sports.
He only
Yeah,
hits.
he's got the touch.
He only hits cuts. Like his balls go to center, then they start drifting to right.
I feel like Cutsy would just foul out for.
I think Cutsy
I
would
was
strike
gonna
out
think the
pretty
same
fast.
thing.
I think
The
he
best for
would.
Cutsy too would be like calls with the ump. Like
Oh,
there could be a ball right down the pipe that he strikes out looking, and he would like throw a fit where it was. They do like where they show the box of where it was, and it's just, like,
K-zone.
right down the pipe. You know, what I mean?
My TikTok algorithm now is a lot of like umpires making bad calls,
I
like
love that.
compilations of like. There's one that happened. Was it the Reds game or something the other day? There was a pitch like right down the
Saw
middle,
that.
and the guy called the ball. And they're like, "What are we doing?" So now I started watching. I went down the rabbit hole, and then I saw the Soto getting into it with the umpire. And now I'm in the algorithm. Now.
Tetsu, you're not a
Umpires
baseball.
missing
You didn't grow up. You were talking in one of the videos that's coming out later about how you didn't grow up playing. Like I don't even think I've never seen you swing a baseball.
I
bat.
would be terrible.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a batting cage, or did you play Little League at all?
I played t-ball, and then I played minors, which is
We should hit the batting cages for a little BTS.
Dude, that
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be
I
fun.
would be bad. I think I would be bad.
There was something we did with you that was sports that you couldn't. I'm trying to remember what it was. We did something that I don't know if it
With
was
me?
baseball with everybody.
We
Oh,
did-
bat. We did
It wasn't,
around
but
the
no, it was like
I
him
was good at the
swinging.
rock
I don't
climbing.
know.
Was it the
Rock
pickleball?
climbing.
No, he was good. You're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to.
AJ Minter is just ready when we are for that. Same way Jack Eichel's ready for that pug challenge. But
Yeah.
we had talked about doing something with Minter. I am going to that wedding, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Where
I can't
is
miss it. It's in Texas.
Wow.
AJ,
Yeah, he
That's
invited. He's
awesome.
like the realest, the OG. He asked me to go. I can't say no.
he's the inventor of the split wall,
Yeah, he sure
Yeah.
and that's brought a lot of joy to our lives.
Let's,
Nobody likes a good old split.
let's
I
do
like the
one
Baba
more.
Sports Crew.
He is the inventor of the split.
All right, this one comes from JJ Valentine. If Ticket could start on the edge of the green for every hole, could he beat FP in 9 holes?
Yo, I tied this motherfucker on one in the gauntlet, and
That's
I was
true.
2 feet away from tying him on another one.
That's
This
a good point.
that is the most disrespectful question
Yeah.
I've ever heard in my life.
I agree. I think he. I do. I think he would win that.
Now, a better question is if we do like a Bob Grant situation where I start 200 yards out on every hole and he starts at the. Now that gets dicey, but
Yeah.
edge of the green. Come on.
Dude, also too, Grant hit me up. I thought we were joking about that. He goes, "Hey Bob, sorry to bang you," and I was like, "Oh, geez, here we go." He wants to do the video of me starting on the edge of every green. He wants to do it. Yeah, he wants to do like at the park where there's these big greens, and I start from the greens. I'm like, "You're such a dick," but I'm in.
Yo,
Did you beat him on the 200 in that one?
I beat him on the last hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Grant comes in with the hand up knowing he's gonna bang you, you know it's a bad one because he doesn't notice when he does it on the fly.
I know.
He
So
bangs
he'll come
Bob
in
more
knowing-
than anyone I've ever seen. He's the nicest guy in the world, and he bangs Bob like without question multiple times a day. When we were at Black Desert, he was throwing shade.
I know. Especially with the golf game. There's a lot to go off of. We by the way, boys, we got to get ready for the Internet Invitational. Like even you, Yams, like you got to start swinging the club a little bit.
We've been playing a little bit. I'm pretty. I don't want to say I'm confident, but I'm pretty happy with where my game's. I do think I'm going to, like we said, if it's tiered out and I'm in the bottom tier, which I think I will be, I'm capable of hitting some good fucking shots. I hate to say, like, I am not a good golfer, but I think I'm going to surprise a couple people. Now, with that being said, I'm going to be shitting my pants, like very nervous, especially if we make it a little bit, like if it gets down to the wire. But I am looking forward to it. I think it'll be great.
I just don't want to embarrass myself. That's my only thing. But it's going to be, I truly do believe, I don't want to jinx us, but I think it could be the most viewed YouTube video that there's ever been. If we really do this thing right and with the amount of people that are in it, but time will tell on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does it. That has been another edition of the Bob Does Sports podcast. Please take the time out to like, comment, and subscribe to the show. But we love you. We appreciate you. See you next week.